Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a good weekend too. Um, got a little bit of an update here. My friend Mark, or Markable, the Viking. If you've been in Hex for a while, you know who he is. He made me an amazing intro video, and I hope to show that to you guys soon. Um, it looks great. And let me see if I can do an overlay. If I do the overlay, you might be able to see it. Let me see. It's loading. I took a screenshot of one small piece of the 3-minute video, and he's updating it, and we'll have it done this week. He made one for Access Alive as well, so I'm excited to see that one too. Here we go. Let's see if you guys can see it. There you go. I did a little screenshot. It's like a cityscape, cool stuff with trains going, all kinds of stuff. I told him I really wanted something modern, and he definitely went all out and made it for me. So, very cool. Today we went up into the mountains, Cerro Azul it's called, or the Blue Hills, and went all the way to the top. And you're in the clouds. It's so cool. We call it the Bajarenque. It's when you're up in the clouds and it feels like it's raining, but it's not. It's just the clouds hitting you. Man, it was so beautiful. Crypto King's in the house. Boom. What's up, Hexkins? Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. Yo, 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 familia. Cheers from sunny Miami. Cheers. Hello, Moons. Boom, let's go. Hello, Hexkins. Hope everyone's enjoying this bloody full moon. Everyone's nuts. I got a story to tell. It's going to make some of you crap your pants. That happened tonight. Hello, Doug. TexX. Welcome as usual. Corey. Good evening to you too. Ramon Carillo. What's up? Hex on Maverick. Full Moon Rising. Hey, everybody. Hey, Ted. Hello, my dog. Alfred Carpenter. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hex Evolved. The Hex Moon is rising. Yes, it is. Hex don't care. The Hex Glen. Welcome. Valiant Brand. Hex Enthusiast. Come get me, aliens. Good to see all you guys. What's up? Oh, there's my mama. Hello, Ma. Sandra. Rich Liberation. Hey, Randy. Good to see you. Hey, Pearl. Will we get a V3 announcement on your live today? Oh, Brent, that would be interesting. No, because Richard's not awake yet. I don't think it'll be the middle of the night for him, so I doubt it. Hello, Marion. What's your thoughts on the terminology happening? Oh, man, what a pain in the ass. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Oh, my mom said she bought more Hex with this full moon. See, my mom, she buys the dips. Okay, so before I get there, I want to tell this quick story, full moon story, because this is what I feel it is, right? So we're not. I don't think we're exactly at the full moon yet. I think it's tomorrow night, but we're really close. Let's see what this says. Moon phase calendar, 1.4 days. So tomorrow night, we're at 98%. Yes. So today we go to the mall. After we went to the mountain, we came back and we said let's go have some late lunch / dinner, and this is it's a newer mall in an area that we don't normally go to, and we there was there it's hard to explain. There was two parking spots, but they weren't parking spots. One of them was only like half of a parking spot, and it was way far back away from the building. I didn't think anyone would care that I'm parking back there, but I saw there was one full spot and then one half spot, and they had a line down like 2/3. So I just backed up, not thinking anything of it, parked there, and it was all sidewalk around it, so not an issue. It was a normal parking spot, but there was only a half one, and I was over the half, and then I got Volkswagen Touareg. My trunk's big, so I'm like, this is cool. So we eat dinner, we do all our stuff. A couple hours later, we come back out, and one of the security guards is waiting for me, right? And he tells me, he goes, "Hey, wrote you a ticket." Not mind you, this is not a police officer. This is a rent-a-cop. And he goes, "I wrote you a ticket because you're taking up 2 spots." I said, "No, I'm not. That's not 2 spots. That's like 1 and a half a spot, maybe a quarter, because it was so small." I said, if you just parked your bike there, it probably wouldn't be enough." He goes, "No, it's 2 spots." And me, I'm a smartass. I said, "Did you take math in school?" I was like, "Any geometry or anything. Do you think you can park a car in that spot?" He's like, "Oh, yeah. No, man." I was like maybe 3 feet wide. And I said my car was like this much over it. So he gave me a ticket for it. So I took the ticket and I threw it because I was pissed by this time. And my wife's like, she goes, Randy, don't get upset. Just let's leave." And she had no idea that he wrote me a ticket. And she didn't figure that out until about 5 minutes later after we had driven away. And the cop started talking to some other people, like making fun of me because I was telling him that, "Look, man, math's important." And then I got in the car. I'm pissed. And I rolled down the window as we're driving away, and I said, "That's why you should stay in school." Oh, man. And he says, "It might be important in the U.S., but in Panama, school doesn't matter." I was like, "You dumbass." So I just laughed. And Anna's like, "Why are you starting a fight with the rent-a-cop?" I said, "He gave us a ticket." And she goes, "What do you mean he gave us a ticket?" I said, "I don't know he's got it." I said, "I know how much they're ticketing us for." I said, "But I'm not paying no freaking ticket. I'm not coming back to this mall. We never come out here anyways, so I'm not coming back here." So we were cracking up. I was like, this guy. What I wanted to do after I left, I'm like, man, I should have videoed it. Yeah, I could park here, but half my truck would have been up on the sidewalk and half would have been in the spot. My car would have been at like a 30-degree angle or something. Oh, God. Just ask my mom. If anybody's ready for a fight, it's me. I'm always up for a fight. Oh, God. When I feel I'm right about something, I'll go toe-to-toe. I just don't give a shit. Okay, so that was my funny story for the day. Randy's exploits in the country of Panama. Man, the Panamanians go to like thinking that I'm just a regular expat that just lives here part-time just because I'm a gringo, right? They don't realize I've been here 12 years. So I just start mouthing off in Spanish. Oh, God. What's your thoughts on the new terminology happening? Okay, so the other day Richard announced that we are now called miners. We are no longer staking. We are mining our hex. So everyone jumped on the mining bandwagon. Okay. I was like, that's fine. Richard can do what he wants. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, the code still says staking on it. I mean, you can't change the code. The literal code of hex says staking. So there's not much he can do about that. But he wants to change it to mining. Okay. So everyone, Hexalina Pulsalot or whoever she is, or he made everyone with helmets on, like we're mining stuff. The next day, Richard, like not even 24 hours later, Richard changes up. So I said, you know what? Let's change it to publishing. We're publishing Hex. And when I saw that, I looked both ways, thinking to myself, dude, is this guy bored? What's up with Richard? Publishing? That makes absolutely no sense. But I was like, okay, do what you want. It's your product. You can call it what you want. You own the website. You could change the name. It doesn't matter. I still get my rewards. That's all I care about. That's what I think about ATX. And when I saw it, all I thought it was like ATX was a Marine. I was in the Navy. All I thought it was the military and how military has terms for a reason, and we stick to those terms for generations. Our guidebooks that we get at boot camp, it's the same. going back 50 years. Maybe they're changing a little bit now, but when I went through, when ATX went through, when my grandpa went through, I'm pretty sure it was all the same. So just very interesting that, uh, you know, in crypto, we just change definitions on a whim. But in real life, it normally doesn't work that way. I don't consider crypto real life. This is like some alternate reality. Oh god. I live in the clouds. Best weed in Australia up here apparently. Kuranda rainforest. Nice, Squid Lord. Beautiful. Hello Randy, do you see all the HSI auction bids? ICOSA yield is going to pop off tomorrow. Nice, Dugginator. Good. Let's drop down that price of ICOSA. when you got a whole bunch of HSIs going through, it usually pumps up the inflation of ICOSA, which drives down the price. And I called the 50-cent price, and maybe it'll drop a little bit more now. Maybe we'll get down to 48 cents or something. But the yield will be great. Then don't worry about ICOSA. ICOSA will turn around and go back up. If Simba is in here, hey Simba, calling Simba. He was complaining that he bought the recent ICOSA top. I don't know anybody who bought the recent ICOSA top, but I've been saying for a long time that every time there's a big amount of HSI auctions, the price of ICOSA is probably going to drop a little bit because there's a massive amount of inflation. Economics 101. Paying attention in school is important, especially when it comes to math and economics. And maybe we as parents should be teaching our children about money at home, because in school they don't teach us about proper inflation or anything like that. You know, teach your kids the dad tax. Do these things. Explain to them what happens. Hey, Clintrones. Good afternoon. Hex Thailand, for all that do not hear it. Yeah, Liverpool beat Manchester United 7-0 last night. 5-5-5-5-5. What a great Monday. Oh, God. You Europeans and your football. Hello from NAF at Sugi, Japan. Love your show. Hey, Patrick. Got a funny story. So, when I was stationed in Pensacola, Florida, I was in aviation medicine school. And this is after I went through hospital corps school, which is our nursing school. Aviation medicine is when we learn how to take care of the pilots and the air crew and make sure, you know, their vision's good and all kinds of other like administrative stuff, and aircraft mishap investigation in case the planes crash and those kind of things. So I was in Pensacola, and it was the first week of school, and the head of our class, he was our head like teacher. He comes in, he goes, hey, I got everybody's orders. I'm going to read through everyone's orders and tell you where you're going. So I remember mine was, he announced, he goes, Randy, or not Randy, sorry, Hilarski, because it was Hilarski at the time. He's like, Hilarski, you're going to VF21 in Atsugi, Japan. And I was like, yes! I was like, that's freaking cool. You know, because VF21 was, they had F-14. My wife's sneezing. F-14 Tomcats, and they were part of the carrier battle group, so they will go on the aircraft carriers, and they were out of Atsugi, Japan. And I was so excited, and then he's like, then after he did everybody, and we were all like so excited where we were going, he's like, that was fake. Now here's your real ones. I was like, you mother. You tell a young kid he's going to Japan, and you tell him he's going to be in a fighter squadron and it's going to be on aircraft carriers. It's like, yo, Top Gun. I was so excited. And then he's like, Hilarski, you're going to VP26 in Brunswick, Maine. I'm like, Brunswick, Maine? I'm from the Northeast. I don't want to go back to the Northeast. But it ended up working out good. I spent, multiple deployments in Italy, and then I did Puerto Rico, and that's how I found Panama, because I got deployed here. So it all worked out. But that's my story about Naval Airfield Atsugi, Japan. Maybe the full moon will give us another small chance for a DCA. I don't know. Maybe not for Hex, but for other cryptos, yes. I think that there's too much FOMO, or fear of missing out right now, for Hex because of the possible upcoming version 3 testnet. So that's a buy the rumor, sell the news event. If that doesn't happen in the next 2 weeks, I totally expect a pullback. because the traders will start selling. They don't have the patience. They get pulled away to something else. So the traders will start dipping. Bye-bye, traders. But yeah, I fully expect that the testnet will be launched in the next 2 weeks. If it doesn't, so be it. Hex Pimp. What's up? Crypto Bill. Hey, Randy, finally get to see you live. Nice. Welcome, Crypto Bill. Yes. Hex Age is in the house. Good evening, Sandy. Hex on the beach. Let's get it. Tomorrow, another Hexkin. I'm hanging out with him. He arrived yesterday, but didn't let me know till today. So I'm going to pick him up tomorrow and go have coffee or do something. Can't really go out to eat because I'm starting my fast. I'm doing a multiple day fast and no restaurants. Can't put Randy in a restaurant if I'm fasting. No. The locksmith. Hello. Sandy. Looking forward to the rocket. Sure can feel the excitement brewing. Oh yeah, I feel it for sure. Love your handle. Suzy Q. Come on, guys. What other Hex community has so many women in it? It's amazing. Or what other community has so many women in it? There isn't. CRSM. You're a voice of reason to me. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Hola, Randy. Queso pa. Remember, I'm teaching you guys Panamanian here. Queso pa is like, what's up? Hello, Sandra. So today we're walking down the street and this guy is like, hey, Hex, what's up, man? He just called me Hex. He goes, do you remember me? I'm like, no, maybe, did I meet you back in the day? He's like, yeah, like 2017 during the bull market. I was like, oh, interesting. And he's telling me how he wished he would have bought Hex. He sees my stuff. He's like, man, I wish I would have done it. It's not like I wasn't vocal. I was pretty loud. Maths are important. Yes, they are, Sandy. If you're in crypto, you must be pretty good at basic math at least. Because if you don't, you're going to get wrecked. If you are not, you're going to get wrecked. Hello, Sarah. Besides MetaMask wallet, what other wallets are eligible to hold ERC20s and Hex to gain the copy on launch? Or how could I find that out? Thank you. Pearl, down below, you can get your Aurochs wallet. I have one. I have my referral link down below. Go ahead and get one. You could use MetaMask or Aurochs. I consider the two, they're very similar, but MetaMask is like a new construction building. You have stairwells, but there's no railings, right? You can make a lot of mistakes. You could mess up. You could lose your coins. You can get hacked and all that kind of stuff. Aurochs has systems in place to protect you from that, protect you from yourself. So they have a simulation mode, and not just a mode, but it's always there. Whenever you run a transaction, you hit simulation first, it tells you whether it's a safe transaction. They also have safeguards for smart contracts that tell you if the smart contract is safe or not, if it's been vetted. Those are important things. So as the Aurochs wallet gets better and better, and it is getting better and better every week, they keep having updates. They just added hardware wallets. You'll be able to safeguard your crypto. So I recommend that if you're going to get a new wallet, just get the Aurochs. Good old full moon activity. SMO Spider, my day was full of full moon. I couldn't believe it. I was like, we're driving home right after we left the mall, and I see the full moon in the sky. I'm like, oh, you see that, babe? That explains what's going on. And when we came out of the mall, we look into the left, and one of the mountains behind the mall was just totally on fire. It's the dry season right now, and the grass tends to get really brittle and catches fire. So right now the whole city has like this haze of smoke, just because all of the mountains behind us they're on fire. Each one, like, they take turns. We drove up Sierra Azul today. There was no fires up there, but when we came back into the city, there was a smaller hill that was just ablaze, and all the fire trucks were heading that way to put out the fire. It's pretty amazing. Dry season in Panama. It doesn't rain here for 2-3 months at a time. Hex on the beach, you got my back. Nice. I didn't have my taser on me yet. Maybe I should have been carrying it. He seemed like such a nice boy. Toe to toe all day long. Yeah, Mom. My mom knows. I got a fighter in me. I can't help it. Good evening, all. What to do with all those miner hats now? Oh, I changed mine back to my normal profile. Yep. Sandy said she changed her Twitter profile twice. See? Look. There's a good scene in that. There's a movie, the football movie, where the guy says, attitude reflects leadership. Well, in the Hex community, our attitude reflects leadership because sometimes, frankly, Richard could be all over the place. He's doing outrage marketing, then he changes everything up, and now it's all about stability. Let's keep it safe for the 3-letter agencies. It's like, I remember, if you guys were around in 2019, 2020, Richard was just out of control. He was like a drill sergeant yelling at us. You dumb idiots. He used all kinds of other terms. I'm not saying on my YouTube channel because I like my YouTube channel. But Richard used to say stuff that was just outright infuriating to people. And now he's like totally tame, nice, not even dressing. I don't know about the dressing because we haven't seen him in a while. But you could tell by his posting that he's being innocent, Richard, right now. He's posted pictures of his childhood, for God's sake. Oh, God. Irish Hex, woof woof, can't sleep again, all good. Welcome, Irish Hex. Randy, will Hex see sub 5 cents again? Oh, Red Bull, Green Bear, I don't know. It all depends on whether or not we get this testnet going. And on top of that, if testnet is not launched, mainnet is not launched soon after testnet, I'm saying within 2 months, then the price will dip. We're going to have a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Testnet launches, then at that time, we could see a sell-off, and we could see 3 to 4 cents again. I'm not guaranteeing it, but you could, because there could be a couple traders out there. We already saw that there's one guy who is sitting on 90 million Hex, and he just sold recently. So there could be a couple more people like that. If that happens, then we're going to see those prices again. And then we'll have a up and to the right up until mainnet. So interesting. A lot of situations that can happen here. Remember, out there in the real world, it's really messed up right now. It's getting messed up every day. I still think we're in for a really big stock market crash. We're going into a major recession in the U.S. at least, and Europe. Not down here. I think Central and South America is going to be just fine because we're resource rich, and we produce a lot of natural resources like gold, silver, lithium, copper, all that south of the border, right? So those countries, as natural resources and commodities start to do very well, and they will, I bet this is what I'm good at. I come from the gold and silver world. That stuff's going to start doing really well. The stock market's going to start suffering. That's what I'm predicting. And I'm hoping that Pulse Chain launching will give us our own little bull market in the middle of this massive worldwide bear market. That's what I'm hoping. If it doesn't happen, I'll be really disappointed. But, maybe we're not going to get the 100x I thought we'd get in 90 days. Maybe we get 50x. Oh, boy. For real, hard for new people coming in hearing 15 different terms. ATX crypto is confusing as hell. Like, Richard, have you thought about not tweeting? Just relax for a little while, go back to being quiet and get this testnet going. Great, Panamanian mall cops. Mall cops will now be doxing all RH videos. You think, Daniel? I hate B-Flow. Rand is alive. I haven't heard that one since high school. I grew up in the inner city. That's one thing Richard and I have in common. I went to a school that was probably 80% African American. So high school, it was about 80% African American. So it was kind of crazy. And Randizzle was one of my nicknames. Oh my god. And I'm on my way tomorrow to the Home Depot to return the hard hat I bought to become a minor. You spelled minor wrong there, Humberto. I don't think you're underaged. Don't need it anymore. I'm now a publisher. Did you Midnight Madness? I'll be doing more of them. Talking about health. I love it. I'm definitely going to keep that up. And like I said, I will be fasting for the next few days. I'll keep going as long as I feel good. I mean, I've done 30-day fasts in the past when I was younger, so I'm pretty sure I can do it. Access to live stream was awesome. Yes, it was. Thank you, Crypto Surfer. Other stuff, keep it up. I will. To be fair, the security guard was correct. School is pointless. I have to agree with him on that. You know, my kid's homeschooled, so I had to. When he said that, I was like, "Motherfucker, got me good." He doesn't know my political opinions, but I understand his point. Randy, I minted all my Hedron and ETH. Is there anything I can do with it? No financial advice, of course. Into the fire. Go ahead and stake it. Stake it on the Icosa app, and just start earning Icosa. Great idea on teaching money when young. Yes, we need more of it. People just don't understand money at all. You know how many fights I had with my wife about money, about credit and things? Because she just didn't understand. She no concept of how to build credit properly and these kind of things. And, you know, because I've been through a bankruptcy when I was younger, in my 20s. I know what it felt like. I know how to rebuild. I know how to mess it up again. Believe me, I've been up, down. And I remember her most famous saying to me was, "But it's different in Panama." I'm like, no. Credit works exactly the same. They copied everything the U.S. does. They even have credit scores and everything here. And once she got a hold of it, now her score is outstanding. She gets credit card offers all the time. And this week, though, there's something that Panama's doing that I don't like, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. They're starting this new way of verifying your income. So she got a letter the other day from one of her banks saying they want to know where the money comes from. And I've never seen that before. This is the first time in Panama I've ever seen a bank ask to verify your income. Usually they don't give a shit. So if you are thinking about coming down here and open bank accounts and stuff, just know that they're probably going to ask. That just makes it better to open a crypto-friendly bank account with either Tower Bank or Banismo. But some of the other older, well-known banks, like the one behind me, Caja de Oros, that works for the government, Banco General, they're requesting verification of your income. And then you're not even asking to buy anything. They just want to know if you're doing illegal stuff. Even if you're not, I don't think it's anybody's business where we get our money from. But hey, what can I do? The whole world, they're starting to choke everybody out. That's how I feel. So if you got a little side hustle, you got to pay your taxes. That's what they're looking for. Mr. Rock Jockey, buy more Hex. That in the movie. Toilet game tonight. Let's go. Midnight Madness. No. I'll have to play that one again next time we play. Trader getting their pennies now when we are headed to $1 in the future. Dum-dums. Yeah. There's no reason to trade, but they will. You guys understand that when you have a buy the rumor, sell the news event, this is where I came from. This is what I did. That's how I made my first nice stacks in crypto. Is that I would go on the Facebook groups. I had friends that were working on different teams in crypto. I had friends that were CEOs in crypto, and I would just listen to what they were saying. I would talk to them. I'd message them, just get little tidbits of information, and then I would make decisions on whether I should buy a project based on whether or not they're going to have something newsworthy coming up, something that they would start dripping out in order to get the FOMO going, and I would watch that, and I did really well with it. And I think that what's happening in Hex right now would be a classic time for me to get in and start building a bag leading up to the news happening, and then I would start selling. So I'm not the only one that does that. There's plenty of people that just trade off of rumors and things, and they make a lot of money doing it. And the second they feel like there's going to be a delay in Pulse Chain, or a mainnet delay, or a test net delay, they'll start pulling their money off because they watch like a hawk. I guarantee some of these traders, they're watching right now. They'll watch my stream to see if I have any news, or watching Richard's Twitter, or any of the devs that come into the Telegram. They're just lurking. Do you drink coffee, tea, or water during your fast? Any electrolytes too? Black coffee, but I drink decaf. Definitely tea. I love chamomile. I won't do green tea. Filtered water. And yes, this time I will be doing electrolytes. I'll just take my normal zinc, potassium, magnesium. I take magnesium glycinate before I go to bed. So those are I'll make sure I take my electrolytes. I never knew that you should be taking electrolytes when you're fasting. I just learned that recently. So thanks, Sandy. Was playing with Gnosis Safe multi-signature feature, and it's awesome. Wonder if it will be available for PLS. Somebody will fork it, Crypto.AO. Why not? Bring it over. Get some devs. Find a dev to do it. I wouldn't doubt it if Staker app does it, because they already work with Gnosis Safe. And why not? Hey, Steph, if you hear me, why not launch Gnosis over on PLS? Hello, Hexicus Saturnicus. Hello, Brightlight. Ivan, Ipecash is mooning. Nah. Are you shitting me? Oh, they see, perfect example. They have a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Let me see. Let me go to CoinGecko. I know you guys can't see this, but I want to see because I was one of the people that launched that coin. It's Epicash. That's how I bought my Hex. I sold all my Epicash. Holy crap! It's up 51% today. $1.72. I know my buddy that has a whole bunch of it, and I bought my buddy a couple 100,000 Epicash at under 5 cents. Right now it's $1.72, and I remember telling him at the peak last year, the coin went to about $8 or $8.50, and I messaged him and said, "Bro, sell some of your Epicash." He's like, "No, this is the next Bitcoin." I was like, because if you guys have been in crypto any amount of time, you understand when someone says this is the next Bitcoin, you have your serious doubts because you heard that line so many times. And I'm like, bro, but at least take out 10x your original investment, right? Which is only a couple $1,000s. He could have took it out like 20, 30 grand. And he's like, nope, I'm keeping them all. Okay. And then it went back down to 50 cents. Now we're back to $1.72. So congratulations to anybody that's holding Epicash. It's probably the best Mimblewimble project out there. Mimblewimble's a privacy protocol. So congratulations, Epicash guys. I don't like the founder, but I still like the token or coin, especially since I was there for the first year and helped launch it. Alex Fishman, what's good this Sunday? Looking good, Randy? Thank you. I appreciate that. Would you say Aurochs is safer than MetaMask? Is there any risk on using them? No, there's no risk on using them. It's definitely safer than MetaMask because MetaMask, like I said, is going up a stairwell without any railings. And if you're a new crypto user, you gotta be really careful with MetaMask. Not so much with Aurochs. And there's gives and takes, but Aurochs just has so many more features, and they just keep launching more and more and more. So, if you at least get one. They have the referral program, and right now it's up to 50% for everybody that you bring in of the fees. That's going down to 25% in a few months. So might as well sign up and get the 50% just in case you decide that you want to tell your friends and family to get a. They say, "Oh, what wallet do I use?" Here, use Aurochs. Then every transaction they do, you make a little bit. Get the wallet. Later on, you might use it. You may not, but you'll have it at least. There'll be no regrets. One of my biggest regrets in crypto was not signing up as a Binance affiliate guy back in the day when Binance launched. My friends made a killing, an absolute killing. But I didn't, I was already phasing away from centralized exchanges at the time, so I didn't use it. But some folks, they're still making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month just from their Binance referral programs. Maybe this is another opportunity. Aurochs is going public, folks. They are going public. There will be lots of information out there about the Aurochs wallet, and people will be signing up for it. You might as well be the one that has a code to give them. How I made, yes, almost 8,000. It's crazy. Thank you, everybody. I think I started, when we started the Shemitah series, I think I was at 5,500, and that was in September. When the bull market comes, this is going to get bonkers. Love the pictures Richard has been posting when he was younger. Some insight into his past. Yep, that's right, Daniel. I knew he had a background like me. We didn't grow up as poor, but because my dad, he was pretty well off. He always paid his child support, those kind of things. And Richard looks like he lived in a really poor area. Even though I grew up in the city, I never felt like we were poor. We always had everything we needed. Hey, Serena. Change your pick to publisher. Oh, God. I have a no-coiner friend with 10,000 that they want to put into crypto. Even though they were slow to believe me and have missed the bottom, I still want to just recommend Hex. Still the best call at the moment. It's everyone. Look, we're still down over 85% from the high. That sounds like a good play to me. But DCAing is the best play. Problem is, we have a rumor right now that testnet version 3 is coming really soon. So that could keep the price high for a bit. Justin, yeah, I agree. I did not like the outrage marketing. I understood the concept of it, but because it got everyone talking, but I didn't like it. Do you think there will be a dip after launch? I've seen most L1s do dip for like 3-ish months after launch. They do, but nothing's ever had this pent up energy. The closest I can find to this would be EOS. You know what? Let me share the screen and actually let's do the charts first, and then I'm going to go back to EOS because I want to see what EOS did. All right. So let's do Bitcoin first. Bitcoin monthly, 4 months in. We're having quite a dip right now. It's not huge, but it is something. The sentiment has gone flatline at 0. We're not pushing up anymore on the monthly. We just went bearish again. The fear and greed. We got a little bit of fear in the market again. So there's something to be said about that. On the weekly, 3 weeks in a row, we've been heading down. The red just crossed the moving average. The red just crossed over the green. The demand index is still above 0, which is still bullish, but that could change pretty quick. And as you can see, we've gone fears coming back into the Bitcoin market. Let's see, 1 day, 4 days. Look, we had that 1 day of green and boom, slammed. 4 days red. Back below the 0 line for the demand index, or for the sentiment. That's what that is. And we're definitely bearish again with the greed. Ethereum's at 1560 right now. 3 months in. We're at 3 months into a green indicator. Demand index is above 0. Once again, we got fear coming into the market. Weekly. 3 days. The DI came it's almost like a 45-degree angle down, but it's now like I think everyone's waiting for tomorrow. See what happens tomorrow. And fear and greed now 2 days in fear, and the BGMC. Oh, this is the weekly. Sorry, ignore the BGMC. Sorry, BGMC. You could look at it here. Yeah, it's well below the red line. So definitely negative sentiment right now. Negative sentiment in the demand index. 4 days red. And fear. So nothing pretty for ETH right now. And this is a full moon. Don't forget it. Now, the beautiful HEX looking good on the monthly again. Demand index just tiny bit over zero. And the reason why you don't see much in the demand index is because our volume is just not enough. All the rest of the coins look at, we use centralized exchanges. We have to go off of a DEX. And even the guys have told me that the indicators aren't as powerful using DEXs just because there isn't as much volume. Let's see, in the weekly, looks wonderful. Look at that. See, the DI's over zero, but there is some fear creeping back in. I think that just rolls over from the rest of the market. And the daily, we still have red. 4 days. Well, we saw what happened yesterday. That guy sold a whole bunch of HEX. Remember right now our liquidity is very thin on purpose. So if somebody goes in and they sell 10 million HEX, you're going to get a nice candle. It's going to wick right down. Hedron 50199. We're up 7% today. Nice little bounce for Hedron on the weekly. On the daily, still looking ugly though. Look, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Some people would say these are cup and handles. Well, it's a bunch of cup and handles in a row. But the demand index is over zero, so that looks good. All right, stop sharing. Okay. Now let's go look at. I'm going to pull up EOS. I'm going to prepare the chart before. See the max. Okay. Share screen. EOS price. Boom. Okay. You guys see that? Yes. All right. So, man, how do I make it? All right. So we have, this is the launch of EOS, and it was a 1 year launch. Okay. So it started back here, 8 July 2017. So let's go to July 2018. All right. So this will be approximately launch date for EOS right here. And it was at 717, but the actual price you can get it in the first day was $2. So over here it was 717, or approximately $8. So 4x at launch, and then we proceeded to come down by December. So you look at 4 or 5 months later, we're down to $2. So this is a layer one, and then it just started going back up again in 2019, and then it's, EOS just, I wouldn't even include anything over here because EOS has been practically dead. But this is the first year what EOS did, and you saw it did collapse in price in the bear market. Remember, this is a bear market here. I wonder what it would have done if it was in a bull market the whole time rather than a bear. And then it started creeping up during the bull. It reached a high of $8. I wonder what that's going to translate to for HEX. Maybe I picked a bad example. Oops, let me get back. But that's an L1, an example of what happens with an L1. ETH did much better. Tron did great. Tron did 100x in 90 days. But I liked EOS because EOS was very similar to how HEX was launched. It did the 1 year where you can put money in and get coins in the auction. So that's what Richard copied for HEX. But Pulse Chain, we've been waiting 1.5 years. And so it's similar in the waiting time for an L1, and then it did a quick 4x out the gate. I think we're going to do much better than that. We have a lot of pent-up energy. No one's been able to buy Pulse Chain, whereas you could just buy EOS the whole first year that it was, while you're waiting for it, you're able to buy it. Whereas Pulse Chain, we're not able to buy it. Susie Q. I did not stack for PLS. Wondering if I should keep USDC stacked to DCA in. Before launch, I would have it in something else. Another ERC20 that you're thinking is going to perform well. So you get that ERC20 copied over to Pulse Chain. Then, during those 48 hours waiting for the bridge, you can then swap it to USDC and bring over your wrapped USDC to Pulse Chain and then buy something with it, that wrapped USDC. And you can use your whatever ERC20 that you had, buy a stable one that you know that's not going to go down in price, like something like Quant or I don't know. You guys pick your, I'm not going to say names. You guys pick your ERC20s, SHIB, for example, and you could sell the copies and buy Pulse with it, or buy PHEX with it, or Pulse X, whichever you want to buy. And then you'll still have your USDC on the other side. You just sell your SHIB back to USDC once the actual launch happens. Don't keep it in USDC because they'll be worthless. It is worth the shot to see if an ERC20 is going to have value on Pulse Chain in those first 48 hours. If you don't do it, you're not going to have any fun. So I know a lot of people say buy Hex to get the free copy of PHEX and do with it whatever you want, but I think too many traders are thinking that way. Too many people are thinking, oh, I have to buy Hex. No, you can buy any ERC20 and bring it over and sell those ERC20s and in the first 48 hours and buy Pulse Hex or PHEX with it. And then you could sell the one on the eHex side or the Ethereum side and turn that into stables or Ethereum and bring wrapped versions of those over to Pulse Chain and then buy whatever you think is on discount. So you're getting two opportunities instead of just one opportunity. USDC, you only have one opportunity. Buying an ERC20, you have two opportunities. Hard to say because all L1s that came out didn't offer any ERC20 copies. Most of them might swap them out for PLS and hold and pump the price. Exactly. Good evening, Randy. Good evening, Hexkins. Checks my pulse. I think the liquidity walls will stop Hex getting back to all-time lows. Maybe Brenton, but those can be pulled. They can be pulled at any time. So glad to hear you talk about having our own Pulse Bowl while everything is cheap, possibly. Family thinks I'm crazy. Papa needs a new Audi wagon. Ooh, Audi wagon. Nice. Randy likes his German cars. I'm just hoping that we can still get parts for him because of the economic collapse right now, and they just don't have enough. They don't have enough natural gas to continue with the precision metalwork and stuff for their cars, and that worries me. There's some people are saying get your BMWs now because in the next couple of years you might not be able to get any, and then buy all the parts you need. like my Volkswagen. I mean, it's a Touareg, so it's built in Czech Republic or Slovakia. Sorry, my Slovakian friends. So my parts are coming from Europe, and that worries me if anything goes wrong. Starting another month, taking Zeolite. Dreams should be good. Yeah, I started taking my Zeolite again like 4 days ago. Enjoy, Mom. Is Hex in a bearish divergence? I don't even know those terms. I'm not a TA guy. I just look at indicators, guys. 30-day fasts. Man, that's awesome. Have done a 9-day. Yeah, Pearl. It's amazing. I felt great. I did my 30-day fast after I broke up with my girl. And I was heartbroken. And that fast is what it gave me something to focus on. And I felt wonderful. You know what I broke my fast with? This is going to sound so crazy. I was living in Columbus, Ohio, and I went to a 24-hour diner, and I had sausage cornbread, sausage cornbread with gravy. That's what I broke my fast with after 30 days. Oh man, I'm not from the South, but I sure broke my fast with a good South meal, Southern meal. Hey, believe in yourself. A little problem solver. As it looks right now with Hex liquidity supply, I think once we hit 15 or 20 cents, we will fly up from there based on PLS V3 and PLS launch date. Wow, Chad, that's quite bullish. I hope you're right. Hey, Matt. Which I don't know what a great idea is. Maybe I'm fast. You've probably answered this a million times, so sorry, but have you given up your citizenship? I'm seriously contemplating it here in the Philippines, especially when things pick up later this year. I'm in the process of getting my Panama citizenship, so I haven't really thought about giving up my U.S. I don't really need to. I can. It's on the table, but I don't need to. Hello, Putting Guru. Sandy Beach. Like, for example, we're planning on going, we might go to Canada this summer. And if we go to Canada, being a U.S. citizen is just cakewalk for me. I don't need a visa. Just my wife and son do. So it kind of it's beneficial having my U.S. passport. You guys are all saying hi to each other. Carnivore diet working for me. Midnight Madness, I love the carnivore diet. I'd rather just do fasting, a couple times a week, or do one long one every couple weeks or every month. Irisex says, full moon wrecks my sleeping patterns. Yeah, it's difficult. Blue LEDs can do the same. Guarantee it. I need to get the blue glasses. Yeah, I agree. Watching TV, being close to a computer like I am right now. My wife's like, why don't you go to bed after you get done your live stream? I said, no way. I've been looking at a screen. Excuse me. I'm pumped up from talking. There's no way. Sometimes before I start my stream, I feel very sleepy. I feel like I can go to bed. But after my stream, it takes me a good 2 hours to wind down. Have you looked into fulvic and humic minerals while fasting? No. Clint Jones, I've never heard of those. Let me write them down, though. Fulvic and humic. Sometimes getting a hold of stuff here is difficult, so I would have to order it on Amazon. We do have a really good store that carries a lot of that stuff, but their prices are ridiculous. I'd rather just order on Amazon. EOS was a total disappointment. They raised $4 billion on all hype. They were going to be a better than Ethereum, and were building a Facebook copy, a chat app, and many other. What a disaster! Absolutely, Matt. That was very disappointing. MetaMask, Aurochs, which one are you getting money from? Amazing how sincerity sounds with incentives. Yeah, absolutely. I am about Aurochs. I work for the team. I've been with them since 2017. They've taken care of me, taken care of my family, and they're building tools for the whole metaverse, crypto world, and it's amazing. Thank you, True. Publishing ladders. Richard picks bad names. Next is going to be the strawberry grape ladder. Hey, Crypto Sloth. Late to the party, Paisano. How you doing? Good evening, everyone. Hey, Peppy. Sloth's in the house. Hey, Willow. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Outrage marketing is when you want your enemies to do free advertising for you. Yes, right here. That's what Richard did. We got plenty of free advertising for almost a year. So RH shifts from outrage marketing to virtuous efforts in October, January. What is this RH plan now? Relatability and culling his followers? I found it hysterical. I looked at him like, oh, here goes Richard shifting again. Because I've been following him since 2019, so I've seen him shift at least 4 times. I remember he went from cursing every word to not swearing at all, and it was just wild watching him just change. Oh, there's Simba. What is the yield staking Icosa? I don't know. It was at 300% APY for a while. I ended my Hex stake 140 days ago and converted to HSI and transferred to Icosa when it was at $1.10. If I had kept my Hex, it would be 3x higher than my Icosa bag now. What? You made a mistake, Simba. You made a mistake, buddy. I did the same, though. I did mine at $1.80 Icosa. But my Icosa tripled. the amount of Icosa. So in the end, probably broke even. Famous Sacrifice will be over in 4 hours. Get your bags ready. Ooh. You're going to get an airdrop. If you guys read the newsletter, it went out this morning, our No Permissions newsletter. I was talking about Famous and Fiat. If you have Famous and Fiat, you're going to get this airdrop called PHUX, P-H-U-X. That's going to be their new decentralized exchange, I think. It's a copy of a fork of Balancer, which is a very famous app on Ethereum. So this is for True. I'm here to tell you that Famous is amazing, and if you're not sacrificing for Famous, then you're probably missing out. And they don't pay me. Hey, Jane Leo. Are you talking about Willis? Hey, Randy, what do you think about Poly for a long-term wealth? Look, if you can hold Poly for 15 years, you can do amazing. It's just a massive amount of Hedron coming your way and Icosa. So you're probably going to do very, very, very well. And it's probably got a nice discount still. I remember seeing it at like a 30% discount. So good opportunity. Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot cheaper than Hex. Something as Power City is doing, SAC is open all the way to launch Pulse Chain. Yep. Completion fails says BMWs aren't good. I don't know. I never owned one. I'm a Volkswagen guy. When V3, sir? New bug? No. I started taking blood pressure pills. Oh, Ash. I know. If you can do it, lose the weight, get rid of the insulin resistance, because that's what's probably causing your blood pressure. Over half of you watching have not hit the like. Let's fucking go, people. Thank you, it is now. Hexgoon, what's up? Yeah, I love German wagons. Had a couple Audi Allroads. Whew. Nice car. So today we were up at the top of the mountain. There was this one part where you needed a 4x4 to go up. And, you know, it had some rocks sticking out. And there was a couple guys with Land Cruisers at the top. And I said to my wife, let's do it. You know, I've got the air suspension so I could raise my car up quite a bit. And I have the underbelly all plated. I bought the package to plated it up so it can go off-road. And my wife's like, don't you freaking dare. But why? Like, but why did I buy all this if I can't use it? She says, no, you're not driving up that. I'm like, oh, come on. I got a bigger engine than they do. I got my height is higher than them. I'm like, I can do it. She's like, no. I'm like, okay, fine. No, he's not. Baby OG, how many PLS might do first few days? How many X? No idea. Probably about 10. I'm guessing at 10X. I have Hex and PLSX and I'm torn on how to obtain PLS. I don't know. Chris, so the best way is ERC20s. ERC20s. Just trade them over or get them automatically and then you can just swap them for PLS. Yeah, wait for the bridge. Selling another car soon if anyone's interested. 2002 Topaz Blue Metallic E39 F40i 6-speed with an M5 rear differential. What? Paul, bro, that'd be fun to drive. Pool party? No, cool beans, I'm not. Nope. Also comes with best wheels BMW ever made. 18-inch M-Power staggered with 9.5-inch rears. Jeez, that's a nice car, buddy. Last chance for Sacrifice for Famous ends midnight Pacific time, and you will receive E-Fiat, not sure what the ratio is. I sacrificed for both of their products, Famous and for Fiat, and I love it. So, cheers, everyone. I will see you guys